They did it! Marvel finally made me care about Kraven the Hunter. I only ever want to be positive in my videos, and I'm sticking to that this time, but I have to be a little bit negative at the start so that I can get to the positive part. I have just never really liked Kraven. To me, he felt like a character who had a big story once a long time ago, and then he just keeps popping back up as nostalgia or a throwback, which is totally fine. There are plenty of characters like that, but without having read or enjoyed that original story, these callbacks just don't land for me. So I'm so surprised and happy to have read a story that made me super interested in Kraven, and from a really unexpected source. It was in Predator vs. Spider-Man, written by Benjamin Percy, with pencils by Marcello Ferreira, ink by Jay Leistein, and color by Frank Darmata. Here again, I have to be just a little bit negative and say that crossover comics between superheroes and characters or monsters from other places more often than not tend not to land for me, even when I'm a fan of those things separately, but there are exceptions, and I always like to give these things a shot. The recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Naruto crossover was great, and Batman Dylan Dog was awesome. Predator vs. Spider-Man really worked for me though, even as someone who is only vaguely aware of Predator as a franchise. I've seen the movie, but like more than 15 years ago by now. The writing, art, and colors on the book are all super strong, and it follows an exceptionally hot summer in New York. Peter Parker investigates a series of gruesome murders for the Daily Bugle, and gets involved with tracking down what they are calling the Skinner, a rogue Yutja who, seemingly for no reason other than bloodlust, enjoys killing and skinning humans. This catches the attention of another group of Yutja who come to Earth to hunt it down, but it also catches Kraven's eye. He wants to kill the Predator for himself, and everything culminates in all of these groups coming together in a final showdown. During the fight, Kraven quickly dispatches the Skinner and tears through several of the other Yutja as well. It seems like he's about to be killed by one of them, and that's where this whole series pivots and sets up a continuation coming in August. The Yutja does beat the snot out of Kraven, but stops short of killing him. Kraven asks why, and the Yutja marks his head with a symbol, turning to get into its ship and leave. But before it does, it mimics Kraven's earlier words from the fight, "A great hunter, come and get it." Kraven realizes that the Yutja respects him as a warrior and has marked him with their symbol and invited him to join them. Kraven accepts and climbs into the ship. This on its own is such a cool and unexpected twist, but it's even crazier when you find out that in August the story continues, with the Yutja returning to Earth with Kraven as their ally. I never expected this as an ending. It might also be worth noting that Peter appears to get blown up by a self-destructing piece of Yutja armor, only to reappear later and reassure MJ that he's alright. But Kraven most likely doesn't know about that, and will likely assume that Peter's dead, which could contribute to his motivations going forward. With Spider-Man apparently dead, and a small army of deadly warriors accepting him into their ranks, who knows who's going to replace Peter as his Moby Dick, as it were. We'll have to wait and find out when Predator Kills the Marvel Universe arrives next month. And as always, if you read or have read this series and enjoyed it, please reach out in any way that you can to let the creative team know how much you enjoyed their work.